Alright guys, I'm not going to begin with the standard repetitive hello and welcome to my hardcore snowflake, I don't know what the fuck I am doing here kind of shit. I'm just a guy who wants to start making YouTube videos, and before you start judging my accent, yes, I am from the Netherlands and we have a really hard time speaking your freaking R because it doesn't roll like yours. So please be humble to me and we will get along just fine. Now that we've finished our introduction, it is time to talk about the actual series. I have decided to make this hardcore ironman progress series because when I'm watching other hardcore YouTubers, most of them already have a shitload of PVM experience from past accounts. In my opinion, this doesn't reflect how difficult PVM could be, especially as a new player or a noob like myself. So during my journey as a hardcore Ironman, I hope we can learn a thing or two about PVMing properly. I know this will be a series of trial and error, and if I die I will definitely remake like a true hardcore Ironman should. Without further ado, let's start this journey together. The first thing I want to do before we start preparing for the Wintertoad grind is grabbing myself the free 5k from the Stronghold of Security in Barbarian Village. This cash will help me with some other grinds we need before we can start doing solo Wintertoad. In my opinion, the best way to start on Ironman is to use the Wintertoad route, because it gives a lot of early resources that help progress your account. Before you go to the Stronghold of Security, make sure you have enabled your authenticator. The fastest way to get to the Stronghold of Security as a new account is to use the one-time teleport from Count Jack in Lumbridge. This teleport brings you right to the entrance of the Stronghold. Inside the Stronghold you don't need to answer the questions, you can just spam click the doors. And there is the 5k we need. Before I'm starting with the solo Wintertoad, I want to get 70 agility. A higher agility level will help me a lot in the long run, because you definitely need some sustain for setting up solo Wintertoad, and with 70 agility I will be able to use the shortcut in Devilly Dungeon for the prayer grind. I will also get full graceful from this agility level, which means I will be able to regenerate my run faster, which is really helpful during quests. I will be using the gnome agility course because it's the only thing I can do with level 1 agility. And there is 10 agility. After I have completed this final lap at the gnome course, I will be moving to the rooftops in Draenor Village. I will be doing 10 to 30 agility on these rooftops because you will keep almost 100% run energy, and it's just slightly less experience than the Alcarith rooftops. And there is 20 agility. I can now use the Alcarith rooftops, but I've just explained why I won't be using them. And that's level 30 agility. Before I'm going to continue the agility grind at the Varrock rooftops, I will be getting the items needed for the Monk's Vent quest and level 5 thieving. After hitting level 5 thieving, I went to the Varrock rooftops and got myself level 40 agility. Because I'm combat level 3, I wouldn't be able to complete the Priest in Peril quest to unlock the Canifis rooftops, therefore I stayed on the Varrock rooftops till level 50 agility. Once I've gotten 50 agility, I could move on to the next rooftops located in Valador, where I got myself 60 agility. After hitting 60 agility, I went to the Sears Village rooftops, and at around level 65 I collected enough marks of grace to buy myself full graceful. After completing my full graceful set, I grinded out the last few levels in Sears Village until I finally hit 70 agility. For you this grind seems like a few seconds, but to be honest this took me quite a while, because I still had a lot of classes going at the university to finish my second year. After completing the level 70 agility grind, I went to the Barbarian Assault to unlock the minigame teleport and collect 168 planks. Because I'm planning to do solo Wintertoad for the construction experience, I had to gain some construction levels first, because the experience you receive per fixed brazier scales off your level. There are a lot of different opinions which construction level is best to start solo Wintertoad with, but for me level 20 is sufficient enough. Gathering the 168 planks at the back of Barbarian Assault isn't such a pain in the ass like it used to be, due to the unlimited world hopping update. Right now I had to grind out the logs needed for 50 fire making. Due to a corrupted file, I have lost the recordings for this grind. For 15 to 50 fire making, I cut oak trees because they have a greater chance of dropping bird nests. I needed these bird nests to obtain a sapphire ring to make into a recoil for the raw red and raw bear meat to complete the Trujek ritual. You have to do Trudic ritual as a new ironman to be able to do solo Winter Toad. Without Herblow unlocked, you have to use an alt or ask a friend with Herblow unlocked to duo a game with you. At the end of the logs needed for 50 fire making, I haven't received a single ring, so I had to do a couple of quests to get 20 crafting so I can craft my own sapphire rings. With 20 crafting, I am able to craft my own sapphire rings, but to enchant them I need to have 7 magic. The best way to get 7 magic and stay 10 HP is by splashing on NPCs. If you need runes to splash, you can buy some from the rune stores in Potserim and Varrock. Before you are able to splash, you need to buy a goblin staff if you don't want to manually click the NPCs and the bronze guide shield. Together with the full hardcore Ironman outfit, this brings you to a negative magic attack bonus of 65, which makes it possible to hit constant zeros. The goblin staff can be bought from Driengo and Draenor village, and the bronze guide shield can be obtained in the Valador shield shop. Next we would need to do a couple of quests before we can go to Winter Toad. The first quest after gaining level 7 magic is the X marks the spot quest. This quest can be started in Lumbridge and gives you 300 experience lamp, which I later used on Herblow. For new Ironman it's best to put all your experience lamps and books of knowledge towards Herblow. After the X marks the spot quest, I went to Tavoli and completed the Trudic ritual quest to unlock the Herblow skill. After that I went to Courant to do the client of Courant quest for 2 500 experience lamps and a favor certificate, which I highly recommend to use on Piscarellis. The only thing left before I can start the Winter Toad grind is level 1 to 63 hunter. I got 9 hunter from the Varrock museum, but it didn't include a clip from that because so many YouTubers already done that and it becomes pretty repetitive. After 9 hunter from the Varrock museum, I went to Land's End on Courant to catch copper longtails until 19 hunter. One small tip, there are 3 bird snares in the crate inside the bank on Land's End. Search the crate and drop the bird snare. Repeat this until you have around 5 snares. Next I went to the Veldap Hills and got myself 27 hunter, after which I completed the Eagle's Peak quest to unlock the Chinchompa hunting method for later use. Eventually I got 36 hunter, but sadly enough this recording also got corrupted. Now I was ready to go to Winter Toad and start the 99 fire making grind, but I forgot to get some food. So at Courant I went to the cake stall and stole around 1k cakes. This is way more than we need, but they will be useful when I'm starting the thieving grind at Dardy Nights. Now I will show you the safe route to Winter Toad, so you don't make the same mistake as Guns Jelly did on his first hardcore Ironman. After gaining a lot of levels, some minor questing and a lot of planning ahead, we can finally start the Winter Toad grind. For the next episode I want to complete 99 fire making and 75 construction. This will probably mean I have to stay at Winter Toad after hitting level 99. With level 75 construction I can boost my level to build a basic jewelry box for unlimited dueling rings and games necklaces, teleports, which will be useful during questing. I will also try and get 99 hunter with red Chinchompas because this will get me 99 ranged in less than 30 hours, which will be beneficial for the early PVM content like Barrows, Zulra and the Dagonaut Kings. I won't be opening the crates from Winter Toad until I have obtained all the skilling outfits, because the base level 60s will get me better loot instead of opening them right away. I want to thank you all for watching my first episode. Let me know what you think, and of course I'm open for feedback. Like and subscribe to my channel for more hardcore Ironman content.